Hello. Hi, everyone. Oh, look at this blank screen. Look at it. He's kind of here and kind of facing the camera. He's looking kind of annoyed, though. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Essen video. I'm not out of breath. I've been running around. Woo. Let's look at some games. Let's talk about some games that are coming out at this thing that I'm not going to. But hey, it's the place to be. I'm, of course, very jealous. The more people who are posting about their travels, the more things that I see are going to be happening there. Oh yeah. Hey, it's working. Like, we can tweak things, we can tweak colours, we can tweak fonts, but hey, have you noticed? Chat? Where do I need to point? Chat is coming up on the screen. I haven't been able to make that work for ages. That was basically... That was like 2 hours yesterday evening trying to work out why that wasn't working and trying to get it to work like this. You can't hear Marty, but he's doing all sorts of little meows as he twists and turns. Hi everyone, thank you for being here. Hi James, Geordie. I don't know if I've found hidden gems. I've just put everything on here. 488 games on the preview apparently. Hi David. James. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone else's preview at this point. I'm sure I'll watch though and see what I've been missing out. And let me know what I've been missing out on as well. Hi Steve. Marty's Music Medley, it's altered a little bit. There's a brand new song there and a brand new background. It's just a different picture. I quite like it though. Hi Esler. Gutenberg. Could it be on there? Yeah, it's on there. So yeah, it's just kind of a... I used to do 2 great big videos, like a preview of all of the things, and then a top 10 and stuff. We'll see how all of that goes. We'll see as well if chat from 2 things comes up on here. I'm on Twitch as well as YouTube. Your chat should appear on the video so everyone knows what everyone else is saying. We'll see how all this works though. It's all new. So, yes, Essen, it's happening. People are travelling to it. This week, it happened a week earlier than I thought it was happening for some reason. I knew the dates. I knew people were saying, I'm going to Essen next week. But somehow it didn't click in my head still that it was imminent. I thought I had a week still. Because Essen's usually on my birthday, which is the week after. But hey, it's early this year. So, let me get my browser up so we don't have to look at this blank screen anymore. And we can start looking at some games. Hey, Board Game Dungeon, I am not going to be there, sadly. Hopefully, next year will be the year of my big return to conventions. Although it's kind of... It's tugging at me now that, like, I'll just look up those last-minute flights and hotel things and just go. But no. Next time, we'll be all organised, and it will be grand. But there's, there's games and stuff coming despite my absence. There's some things I've been emailing about just before this, actually, that will hopefully be coming soon after. There's some non-Essen-y things that I'm excited about as well that we'll talk about in future. Coming up, recaps, things like Euthia has been requested quite a few times in chats, in messages and stuff. So that should be coming up at some point. But other Essen-y things, some things that actually, I don't think this was on the preview, but Squaring Circleville, the latest Spielworks game, I bought that. That's just arrived, so that'll be coming up at some point soon. But can I see? Yeah, next time. Next time, it's all going to be grand. Maybe there'll even be a UK Games Expo reappearance. Maybe we'll get to go to Aircon, that I always hear is amazing, but we've never managed to work out going. But hopefully we'll be there. Oh, and yeah, there's GridCon as well. Like, yeah, maybe we'll be making a reappearance at that. I don't know yet. We'll see what attendance and stuff is like. If there's even any space, because I know tons of people want to go to the return of GridCon. I want to make another daft video about it. Okay, I'll talk about games now, I promise. So the way I've kind of organised these things, it always seems a bit harsh to me that there's an ignore category, especially when I'm showing it off like this. But yeah, there's even though there's kind of half the number of games that I would normally be going through, I've got to get through a list of like 500 games, so I'm a bit harsh with it sometimes. So yeah, there's quite possibly games that I've put in ignore that could be the hotness and stuff. And yeah, let me know if there's something on here that or if there's something not on my list that I should be looking at. So like, basically, is my category for stuff that some of it is going to be brand new at Essen. Some of it's not quite so new, but stuff that I've covered on the channel. So I liked it. I'm excited about it. You can not only see this, but you can see videos about it. And there's things that I've really recently made videos for that are in the normal categorization. It's all a bit jumbled and messy, isn't it? But we'll look at these things. So cakes. This was a Kickstarter I covered. That is a kind of card dexterity game where you're folding up toppings of cakes and trying to stack them up really high. I really enjoyed making the playthrough for this one, not least because Rach is in it, trying to compete with me for trying to have some kind of balance. Cascadia, I did the original Kickstarter prototype thing for, a tile laying game all about trying to make the areas of Cascadia and making lovely species come in and make lovely patterns in your areas. You can see a playthrough for that. I did a live playthrough of the solo mode quite recently. I did a live playthrough of the solo mode of Destinies, app-based storytelling game. You can check that out. I did a prototype video for Dice Theme Park that you'll be able to check out the prototype for, a demo. You'll be able to see at Essen. It's still a little bit longer before we see the final version of it, but a dicey kind of dice hospital with an amazing theme, but it's tweaked in a different way. You bounce all of your dice, who are your customers in your theme park, between the various attractions and stuff. It works amazingly well. Aircon's great fun. Well, oh yeah, maybe we should get booking tickets and actually looking at something rather than... That's one of the reasons that we haven't been in some of the years, that we look too late. I should get on there. Dungeon Drop Too Deep. Love Dungeon Drop. You can see Drop Drive, I think, is still on Kickstarter, a spacey spin-off of Dungeon Drop, using some of the same mechanics, but a load of new ones as well. Dungeon Drop Too Deep was the expansion that turned it into, rather than you drop all of these cubes and form a dungeon and you make walls out of certain cubes and get everything that's in the room you just made, now you are physically in the dungeon and moving between various rooms as well. Adds a load of extra stuff to it. Another demo from Alley Cat Games is Eternal Palace, a lovely... kind of area majority game, kind of worker placement game. It had a beautiful Bob Ross kind of mechanism where you're trying to, the points in the game are the layers of these paintings that you're trying to get, even in the prototype it was a beautiful kind of extra system on top of the lovely game itself. Excavation Earth, you can see a live playthrough I did of this, a great big economic market kind of game from David Tortzi and YE and Gordon Kaleha. Yeah, great big complex game, and there's an expansion available for it as well. A small expansion. There's a great big expansion that's been on Kickstarter recently. That'll be coming soon. Flippermania is the German name, so I've left off some things where it's just the German version of something, but Super Skill Pinball is amazing, and I think this is the first time it's coming out in Germany. Yeah, if you've been waiting for the German edition, then get on it, because I think it is one of the best roll and write games out there, and I think we'll see the other version is in the main list. There are some games that I am super jealous that I am not going to Essen for, and the new Super Skill Pinball, which I'm sure will be on the list later, is one I'm really, really jealous about. So, Forest Guardians, Shepherd Kit make absolutely fantastic. They're kind of not always children's, but more family style games that's... are usually educational. Forest Guardians is brilliant for being an environmental topic, as well as a lovely lighter game. You can see my playthrough of that I did for the Kickstarter. Glass Road, like, this isn't kind of an exclusive thing to Essen. I'm sure it will be coming out widely, but Glass Road is one of Uwe Rosenberg's best games. It is an absolutely fantastic Euro game, and it's been out of print for ages and ages and ages, and Capstone Games are bringing it out again. So it'll be at Essen. I'm sure it'll be elsewhere as well. I've forgotten the proper way you're supposed to pronounce this. Maeshowe. Designed by Lee Broderick. It comes out from Dragon Dawn Productions. I did a playthrough of this for the Kickstarter as well. This is a solo or cooperative game where we have kind of fallen into these Viking dungeons, and you've got to really plan your route out. I don't know what that noise is. There's something distracting me. I know it's not Marty, because I can see Marty on the screen. maybe the floor's falling in. But yeah, a great game where we're trying to escape these kind of Viking dungeons. Paper dungeons, you can see my official rules video for. That's kind of a new thing for, I think, for this year. Yeah, I've done 2 official rules videos for Alley Cat Games, for Tinner's Trail and Paper Dungeons. It's a roll and write game where we are also crawling around the dungeon as well. You can see exactly how it works in that rules video. Maybe there'll be a playthrough for it at some point in the future. Prisma Arena, I did a playthrough for. That is from Hub Games and is a kind of a lighter, arena fighting game. Usually not our kind of thing, and we would always prefer not to be fighting each other, but it is the purpose of the game. But I really like you've got these stickers to customize your characters and stuff. It's a really great kind of introduction to this kind of game, so as well as being a solid game in its own right, adding extra rules as you play more and more games. And I like the theme as well, that we are in this kind of academy. We're learning, we're training, we're having training battles with each other. It's not just about the other team bad, kill. Oh yeah, I'm missing all the chat, aren't I? Oh, did you go for the first time in 2019? Yeah, 2020 is just before, I think Aircon was the weekend before lockdown started, and yeah, we hadn't sorted it out anyway, but that's kind of sealed as not going for 2020s. Hey Oliver, check out Oliver's Tabletop Games blog, Glob, and the Glob. I am not going to Essen, unfortunately, either. Our big return will be 2022. I like that Marty, for a change, is being quite cooperative at the moment. I daren't do too much. I'll try and twist him so you can see him a little bit better. Uh-oh. He's giving me the glare. I'd better stop messing with his chair now. Because I wanted to stay here. Yeah, we got this great big blanket for the sofa, and of course it's lovely and soft, and Marty has appropriated it straight away, and so hasn't been up here since we've bought it. So I thought I will drape it around Rachel's chair, and it has lured him back up here. Yes, Prisma Arena is great. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, we'll all be there for next Essen, I hope. Hi Pepe. Yes, you can always watch later and stuff. But yes, I really like that this chat thing's working. I don't know, I think the animation isn't quite working, but I really like that it's coming up on the screen. I'm liking the new look and stuff. I know it's something that I've done, but yeah, I haven't seen any of it in action yet, and I only see it when I tab out to look at the chat. Kicked my computer by accident, if you're wondering what startled Marty then. Right. Project L Finesse. Project L is a brilliant abstract game about about polyomino pieces, about Tetris shapes that, as well as trying to, cards want certain configurations of shapes to be filled in, but you, rather than just buying up shapes, you can upgrade shapes as well, from being a tiny square to, a rectangle, to an L, to a big square or a long strip. So you have this kind of hierarchy of pieces, and when you've completed a card, you get the pieces back. So you've got this kind of engine building thing to it. You don't necessarily have to go back to scratch every time you complete a card. And Finesse added even more things to the game. You can see playthroughs for the original game and the expansion. Roll Camera, which I just got a final copy of, actually. A co-op game about making a movie and all of the problems that are going to come with it. The problems that we're going to have to deal with if we want it to go ahead. And it's got a lovely thing as well of we are, gameplay-wise, we are doing a bit of... it's polyominoes, right? It's been a little bit of a while since I made the video. Yeah, we're trying to cover up bad spaces and try and get bonuses and stuff with them, but thematically as well, it kind of makes the story of your film as well. That works in a really nice way. Tinner's Trail, I did the official rules video for, and there's a playthrough for that as well. A brand new version of it from Alley Cat Games that now supports 1 and 2 players. It's a game all about mining and Cornish pasties and stuff, and auctions to get places to put mines. And finally, Vienna Connection, that we haven't done a video for yet because it's a great big thing. Are there 5 chapters in it? We've done 2 so far, and they are, the playtime 2 to 3 hours is per session. So yeah, they are great big things that we have to kind of set aside a lot of a Sunday to do. It's like it's the game we play when we play that, but it's detective, the detective system, but transposed into the 70s and the Cold War and stuff. Really great for having you look up these things that I didn't know anyway. And yeah, it does things in a different way. It doesn't really quiz you at the end, but you have choices between the stories that will affect future stories. Yeah, it's really nice to see different things from there, and I'm sure we will see more different things from the detective system in the other categories. Yeah, I feel like a streaming pro now. It's all like this. Thinking like all of the stuff that I had before was kind of done at the very last second, just before a stream started, I think. So it's nice to spend a little bit of time to change it a little bit. Oh, I should say as well, all of the things. If you're watching back later, especially, or if you can do it now, I'm not sure what it's like when it's all live, but you could subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video. YouTube likes it when you do all of these things. Or follow me on Twitch and do all of the twitchy things. I'm not as familiar. I'm still a newbie on Twitch. Help me out. But oh yeah, he is moving about. Other things. Oh yes, patreon.com/slickerdrips is how all of this happens. If you would like to sign up there, you get to see early videos. You get to vote on what I will do next. You get extra entries into a competition. There is a competition running right now for a game we will be talking about later. If you would like to enter that competition and you haven't yet, the link is this: tinyurl.com/slickeroctober. I'm sure we'll talk about it again when we get to that game. It'll be spoiled if you go and check out the link, but hey, it's Riverside. It's a great roll and write that's coming out. But yeah, there is where you can enter. Anyone can enter. It's a worldwide thing. You don't have to be a patron, but it helps. Yeah, it supports the channel, and you get double entries into the competition if you are a patron. And we're going to draw that next Friday, 22nd. It's going to be, well, not big. It's going to be probably a small birthday stream, where maybe it'll be a Q&A and other stuff. But yes, where was I? Oh yeah, and I'm trying this thing. I don't know much about it, but I know that Ko-fi.com, if you don't want to be part of a monthly subscription and stuff, but you'd like to help me out or give me a tip or something, Ko-fi.com/slickerdrips is where you can try that out, and they apparently don't take fees or anything, which would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, Tinistrel was a game I always ignored because it was 3+ players. I'd heard, you know, that I should try out all these Martin Wallace games, and we tried some out, but yeah, it didn't have 2 players. Oh, I need to fix Marty, don't I? Sorry, if you're watching this back later and you're not bothered about the Marty cam, then there's going to be a disproportionate amount of time spent on it. Oh, he's gone right into the shadows now as well, hasn't he? I need an extra light to clip onto the back of the chair or something, don't I? Yeah, he's you can just about make him out. Oh yeah, there's an expansion for All Camera on Kickstarter right now. Yeah, I haven't been sent anything for that, but yeah, there is an expansion going. Oh, thanks, Oliver. Yes, please do all of those things. Hi, Monica. I believe you have. I won't check now, but yeah, if I think it would let you do it again. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I've set that form up. A lot of people have entered, though. I have said it more than the Cascadia competition, but yeah, I'm really pleased with how many people want to do some rolling and writing. Maybe we'll do another live thing at some point when people have had a chance to get the game. When yeah, maybe when the competition winners get theirs. There are 2 copies as well, so 2 people can win this time, and there are competitions lined up. You know, it's not definite until like it's 100% signed, sealed, delivered. But yeah, there are a couple more competition prizes that I'm not going to say which ones, but games that may be mentioned in a little bit that could possibly be future competitions for November and beyond. So next, Want is it's games that I'm after, games that I'm keen to shout out, or maybe there'll be playthroughs and stuff in the future. I don't know. I just thought I'd differentiate between absolutely must have. These would be the ones I am gonna head for, and everything else, because I want a lot of stuff. So I'll try not to dwell on too much stuff, because yeah, there's a lot of games on this list. I always do this. I've narrowed it down, but not by tons. It's in the Shadow Cat. Oh, the link. I will say it later as well, but the link to the competition. Why aren't you coming up, link? There it is. tinyurl.com/slickeroctober if you would like to win a copy of Riverside that we'll be talking about in a bit. So there we go. How do I bring this up? There we go. I need two monitors back here again. One monitor's on the table for all of the board game streaming stuff. I need it here again so I can have this on here and the chat's on the same screen at the same time. Hey, never mind that though. So, 1923 Cotton Club. This is part of it's the 19XX series that I've never played a game of yet. I should have picked one. There was a new one out last time I went to Essen, 2019, that I should have picked up. But this is all about kind of real life figures and stuff, and Prohibition basically is that it's a worker placement game themed around Prohibition that I thought was a cool theme. I like that it's got all of these real world characters in there as well that you can recruit and influence. And yeah, like a lot of things, I don't know tons about it beyond what was in that Simpsons episode, but Prohibition is a cool bit of a different theme for a game, and I'm keen to play that. A game about wee whimsical creatures and trying to identify them after someone makes noises. It's more one that, yeah, it's usually 2 players. We don't really play many party time games, but party time. But I wanted to give Bez's game a shout out. I missed the Kickstarter for this. And it's all very, very homemade. And yeah, it is basically the title of the game tells you what it is. There are all of these crazy pictures of these creatures. And I think I'm right in saying this. The cards come out and you compete well, not really compete. It's kind of a more of a friendly kind of competition as well. That you're making the noises that you think this character would make, and then there's like you have to compliment someone on the best noise and then compliment people on the best compliment and stuff. Yeah, I really like all of that stuff. So yeah, you can go and check out stuff by Bez. Amelia's Secret is one that I don't really know too much about, but anything where it talks about story, campaign game, anything where it's this big puzzle, I really like Real Time as well. But this is a kind of horror escape the manor kind of game that is also played on your phone. I like app integration in games. I'm not saying it should be in every game, but I really like it when it is put in games. And so yeah, kind of a horror exploration, something that I would usually associate with a video game, but I would really love to see how this brings it into the cardboard realm. So yeah, you can check that out from XD Productions. Arkwright, the card game. I never played Arkwright. I heard it was great, very, very heavy. I didn't know if it would get played, and I don't think it did solo. The card game, however, does do solo, and I would imagine shrinks down the experience somewhat. That's coming from Game Brewer. Why won't my chat scroll down? Messina 1347. Maybe we'll be discussing that later. Yeah, I need some kind of enormous display. Mariana Trench is reaching you sometime soon. I think Role Player Adventures is going to be reaching me soon in the next couple of weeks or so. I backed it. I'm not getting sent some sneaky copy, and I can't wait for that. And please hurry up, US distributors. The US is the last country that needs to be sent Seize the Bean, and once it's sent, I'll get my copy. So hurry up, US people. I know a lot's going on these days, but hey, Tom needs to play Seize the Bean. Dice Crate saw it on Board Game Cupboard Twitch. Party time around my house. Got a really itchy nose. I'm sorry, I just keep scratching my nose constantly. Hi, Joel. Yes, please like and comment and do all of the things. Hey, Victory BHG. How's it going? Yeah, I'm not too much in the way either, am I? I think that's okay. So where are we next? Armonia. It is a dice rolling race game by Uwe Rosenberg, and I think isn't this on some Kickstarter for Eagle Griffin for an English version? But either way, I thought I recognised the artist's name, David Cochard. He's the artist for Dungeon Pets and Dungeon Lords and Alchemists. There's another game that I found out is also on this Essen list that I investigated purely because he'd done the art for it, and it sounds cool. It'll be coming up in the K section. Ira Rosenberg's always a plus. I know we're looking at David Cochard and not his game, but yeah, sounds cool. I'd like to check that out. Autobahn, I've put on here because usually if there's a Euro game coming from Alley Cat Games, I trust their selection process at this point, and I've already mentioned, full disclosure, they have paid me to make videos a fair bit in the past. And they've been lovely to me pretty much since I started this channel. But this is designed by Nestor Mangione, who is the designer... he's the designer of Newton. He's not the co-designer, is he? Can I get to Board Game Geek? I'm pressing the wrong thing. He's the full designer of Newton, right? And co-designer of Masters of Renaissance, the Lorenzo Magnifico card game, and Darwin's Journey, which is a Kickstarter that'll be coming up at some point. Is it some? Yes, Simone Luciani and Nestor Mangione, the co-designers of those 3 games that I mentioned. And he's teaming up with Fabio Lopiano, who has designed, amongst other things, Merv, which is a fantastic game from last year. So you can check that out. You can get a demo of that as it comes in. I recently got Endangered New Species. Oh yeah, I've only played the prototype of the original game, but that was absolutely fantastic. Hey Evie, how's it going? Hope you're well. I'm just saying how excited I am to it's nearer and nearer to being able to play Seize the Bean. And it's not, I don't think it's on the Essen preview, but Quality Beast are at Essen, right, showing off Seize the Bean. Not selling it yet, but you'll be able to see it in all of its beautiful glory, right? Yeah, Paul's baggage, I think, is already full of stuff. It was tempting to get down there. I think you would have noticed. I've got to be able to fold myself up a little bit smaller. Thanks for coming in, Oliver. Always lovely to speak to you. And I hope the stream doesn't end up too long. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry for all of the distractions, but I've just noticed that the chat box is a different colour based on which platform that you're on. There's no symbol to say YouTube or Twitch. I suppose it doesn't really need that. But YouTube is a kind of grey and Twitch is a kind of orange. We'll see. Right. Oh, yes, it will be there. I don't think it is on... it's only not going to be on this list because I don't think it's on the preview. But yeah, Seize the Bean will be right up there, as it has been every year since I did the Kickstarter for it. It's going to be amazing. I'm confident. I haven't played it since then, but yeah, I am supremely confident that it's going to be fantastic. And I don't just say that because I'm in one of the cards. He was too nervous. Oh, Paul. Yeah, Paul would have been very eagle-eyed about this. Oh, you got Esther got a copy of Seize the Bean recently. I'm so excited. I know I've pretty much mentioned it every single stream, whether it's related or not. But yeah, I'm so keen to play it. I've got great memories of the prototype. Caesar, Seize Rome in 20 minutes is a game like Paolo Mori is a fantastic designer. I know that he's known for things better than Rise of Augustus, but that's what always occurs to me because it's one of Rachel's favourite games. He's designed loads of stuff though, like Vasco da Gama, Pandemic, Fall of Rome, Live Italia. I know some people really like it. It's mean for us though. But Blitzkrieg is the game that this is kind of using a system of it. It's based on, right? I've heard people rave about Blitzkrieg, and it's something that we would usually ignore because we don't like fighting each other in games. But this will be coming up as a playthrough at some point. I know copies have been delayed and stuff. It was supposed to come in September, but you know the state of shipping in the world. There will be some kind of solo playthrough shenanigans coming up at some point for Seize Rome in 20 minutes. Then Corrosion is on here basically. I'm excited when Capstone Games announce things. Sometimes they're too heavy, sometimes they don't support 2 players. Although I thought, is it Coffee Traders? A great big heavy game. That I thought that was 3+ players on everything that I saw, but when I was going through this list, it suddenly said 2 players. which it was one that's okay. I can skip that then because it's 3+ players, and it was a bit of a relief because it's a really expensive game. But maybe that has to go back on the list. Then Dice Trip. This is going to be streamed later this week. If you haven't seen, check out on social media always. But if you haven't seen the streams for this week, there are many streams coming this week because it's Big Essen week, and I'm not going there, so I better do some streams instead, hadn't I? But yeah. All of these things will be up there. Dice Trip, though, is one of them. I can't quite point to it, can I? My finger will be cut off. This is really weird trying to work out where to point. But yes, Dice Trip is a roll and write game about... it seems kind of similar... It'll have its own twist, I'm sure, but a similar concept to kind of Rolling America, which now was originally Rolling Japan. We only ever played America, though. And on tour... that I really enjoyed. It's got loads of different flavours. Started with Switzerland last year, which we didn't have. I was only made aware of it when Helvetique emailed me about their new logo and games that they had coming out. So yes, I've got Deutschland. I've also got the player sheet as well. So when I make the stream for that, I will link the player sheet and you can play along to this one. Which, yeah, because some of these things are Essen releases and stuff. It's not as easy to do play-alongs yet until copies start arriving, but it will be great as we go along. Send a message to Paul, maybe he can get you a copy. What did I say? I'm sure he would. I don't want to overload him with too much stuff because I know he's a very busy man. But yeah, that's one downside of not going. That's you can grab a load of things there. There are things out early and. Understandably, when we were a lovely member of the EU, shipping was expensive. Now we have closed that avenue. It's even more expensive to get things sent over here. Hi, Yuri. How's it going? Hey, sir. Very wrong about games. I almost said your name clearly. Oh, yeah. Coffee Traders has to have a bot with 2. Does it work well with the bot though? I say that I really don't mind bots and dummy players for 2. I know we're talking about a much lighter game, but say 7 Wonders, I prefer it with the bot to any other player count. Rach, on the other hand, who I play most of my all of my 2-player sessions with, really does not like dummy players and bots. So it might not work for us for that reason. So yes, the dice trips. There's 4 flavors now. So pick your favorite thing. I like that they just sent me. I didn't specify. They sent me the Deutschland, the German one, which has Essen as a location on it, which is a lovely plus as well. So we'll in a roll and write virtual paper style way, I will be going to Essen. A copy of Seize the Bean. You're not going to be able to get Seize the Bean there because they are, they've played. There's been delays and stuff with Seize the Bean, but they have pledged, until everyone has been sent their copy, we're not going to sell the games. And it's up to the backers and them and stuff, but they are sticking to that. And I think people in the US this week should be getting start to be sent their copies and stuff. Tell me how good it is. Make me jealous. I'm already very jealous of everyone who's already gotten it. Next up, Dune House Secrets. This is another kind of spin-off of the detective series, right? Yeah, re-implements detective, a modern crime game. Crime game rather than a modern crime game. That uses... that surely has its own twists and stuff, but spins yarns from the Dune universe, and of course a tie-in as with other things of the new film that's out, isn't it? Dune, I have to say that I'm not really kind of, well, I don't know. I'll say that I'm not drawn in by it, but yeah, I'm not put off by it. I'm just not really fussed. I tried to read the book once years ago, and I found it very dry and dense and gave up. I'm sure that it would click at some point, and I'm sure the new film is great. I want to see the David Lynch one, though. I never watched the David Lynch one. I want to see Sting acting. And Agent Cooper's in it. What could be bad? Yeah, it's rough, right? I understand people have been waiting ages and ages for Seize the Bean, and some people are quite mad about it. And, a lot of the time, like, if I haven't backed a Kickstarter, like, whether I've done a video for it or not, if I'm raving about a game but I didn't back it, like I didn't with Seize the Bean, it's because I didn't have the money at the time. I would have. So it's always hard talking from the perspective of someone that's going to get sent a free one that doesn't have a stake in it and stuff. But I've always been very confident that I've only met Dylan and the Quality Beast team vaguely at conventions and stuff, and just exchanged some emails. But believe in good. Believe that they're trying their best to bring things out. And for anyone making a board game for the first time, there are so many things that can potentially go wrong. But I don't know what my point was when I started all this. But yeah, they've as time has told, it's taken a while, but it is all here. People have the game. Seize the Bean exists, and for I don't know the percentages, but everywhere but America, everyone has it and is enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're always playing with my card. I'm in it. If you've got Seize the Bean there, open that Board Game Media mini expansion. Me and Marty are in it. Marty because he's on my shirt and the card. But hey, who doesn't want to play a game like that? Yes, we were talking about Kickstarter games. Dune movie is great, one of my favourites. I think it's fans of the book, right, that didn't like the Dune film. And yeah, I've always seen David Lynch say that he didn't have final cut on it, and so that's the worst thing when you didn't have final say on what the film was like, and then people didn't like it. You die twice when it's like that. At least if you make something exactly the way you wanted it, and people don't like it, at least you can say, that's how I wanted it. When it's been twisted and then people didn't like it, that's the worst. One that you backed asked followers if it could sell to cover the cost of Essen. Yeah, I think I feel like I can't see all of the private stuff, and I'm sure, I can completely understand people being annoyed that it's taken years longer than the estimate to make. But always from my perspective, I would say, yeah, sell at Essen, because it's a huge opportunity, and especially now, shipping anywhere across the world is a nightmare. We are so lucky to have anything right now. But yeah, I understand everyone's perspectives to be a fence sitter about it. I would personally say go for it, but I completely understand why people wouldn't and why they aren't. But yeah, sometimes campaigns are pre-orders and they're all ready and they get to Essen beforehand. I remember I had only been doing this channel for about 3 weeks, and I went to the UK Games Expo and bought Project Elite, in its original squashy mini form, not knowing anything about. I think I'd known a bit about the controversy, but I hadn't backed the Kickstarter and just saw it there and bought it. I still regret now not buying the all-in pack. I bought some other things and just thought I'll buy base Project Elite in case I don't like it. It turned out that I loved it. And I still haven't got that expansion for it. Anyway, Marcus, Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Scrawlers is, I think, maybe a bit more of a lighter game than I would usually be interested in, but I do love... It's not a roll and write. I do love pen and paper. I do love, as a designer, Vangelis Bagiotakis, who is the designer of things like Among the Stars and Kitchen Rush, and collaborating with David Tortzi. And many, many games. But yeah, Among the Stars. Where's our glorious deluxe edition of Among the Stars? Surely there would be demand. It's amazing. Next up, Europa Universalis. Don't know much about this at all. It's on here because it's got a one-player option, and although I forget how to play it every time because I play it for a month and then don't play it for a year, I love the Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis games, although I would say that I'm terrible at them and I forget all of the terms and stuff. I'm keen to see how there's a Crusader Kings one as well, but yeah, I'm really keen to see how this has managed its way onto the table. I do like seeing how adaptions go. Fantastic Factories is amazing. I really, really love the base game. It's only available in German, I think, at Essen. But hey, if you're German, get on it. Another one that I missed the Kickstarter for. Lost the sound? I hope not. It's still bouncing. Let me check my... Yeah, that sound should be okay. YouTube isn't complaining about the connection or anything like that. So I think we should all be cool there. I get my things back up. Hoop. Hoop. Cancel Planet Unknown because it was taking too long. And the expansion for Atlantis Rising. I hadn't seen about their things. I really like Planet Unknown, though. I did the Kickstarter video for that, right? All of the jigsaw pieces and stuff. Polyomino pieces. And the great big plastic, I forget the name for it, Lazy Susan. Sounds good. Good. Hi, Michael. Hi, Zanman. In June he asked for Patrick Stewart, and when Patrick Stewart showed up, he told him he's the wrong one. All right. Who's the right Patrick Stewart? I forget Patrick Stewart's been in it. All I really know about the film is from pictures on DVD covers and stuff. I think I had it for a while and never got around to watching it. Like, I still have never seen Mulholland Drive, and really, really want to. Twin Peaks is where it's all at, right? Series 3. I'd love to watch that again. Yes, Fantastic Factories. It's fantastic. Sounds good. Great. That is the real Marty. He's kind of he's leaned his way back into the shadows. You could scroll back in the video though. He was actually a lot more visible for a little bit. Fruticola is a game that kind of got my attention. It's got a nice jangly name, but the co-designer is Virginio Gili, who has co-designed such things as Lorenzo Il Magnifico, Grand Austria Hotel, Golem, and Giovanni Fiore. And it's a game about getting fruit to make jam. I thought at first that it would be some big heavy Euro game, but I don't think it quite is. It's a bit of a medium light, maybe. But yeah, that's going to be there. Furnace. I've heard good things. It is an engine building card game. I think it's already out in the UK. You don't need to be at Essen for this. But if you are at Essen, Arcane Wonders are going to have it. My copy arrived today, in fact. So there will be a video at some point of Furnace. Galaxy Trucker is... What am I getting distracted by? Green. Hi, Spitzka. What's green mean? Oh, thank you for the follow. Okay, so green means a follower on Twitch. This is a new chat thing. There are backgrounds. I don't know how it works. Wish someone could preview Golem. Ooh, try. Just hang around until after this stream. There may well be a video coming and another video coming on Thursday. Why am I putting it up on Thursday? I didn't think about that when I made the video. It's supposed to be coming up on Friday. Golem's coming up on Thursday, apparently. The solo video. Whoops. Yeah, it took ages to make that new template. My mind was gone by the end of it. But yeah, there will be a Golem playthrough coming up very, very soon. Galaxy Trucker. New version of Galaxy Trucker. It's a fantastic real-time tile-grabbing game where we're trying to make these spaceships out of junk, and then once we have had the time phase making the spaceships, we go on journeys with them. They inevitably get trashed by pirates and asteroids and stuff, and you're lucky to end up with anything. It is, there's definitely strategy to picking the right pieces, getting the right things in the right place, don't get me wrong, but the space trip, the kind of scoring round of it, it can be incredibly harsh and incredibly random, to the point where a lot of people we've played it with never want to play it again. I really love Galaxy Trucker though, and it's coming out with a brand new version that I think simplifies it a little bit and comes with all new art. I'm a bit reticent because I've got the big box of old Galaxy Trucker, and I'm gonna have to go all the way back to the beginning and get all of the stuff again. But yeah, if you are new to Galaxy Trucker especially, there is a new streamlined, revitalized, cheap edition of it coming out. Gutenberg is on here. I like Grana do weird things in the nicest possible way. And Gutenberg is about the invention of the printing press. I don't know much about it beyond that. I see medium euro, I see cool theme, it goes on here. And Zaman, yes, you can reserve a copy of Gutenberg for... Oh yeah, sometimes it says pre-order on here. Yeah, you can reserve a copy for Essen. Hopefully, yeah, and I think you can order it outside Essen quite soon. Might look like he's lost some weight. Probably hasn't. He's lying a bit longer than he usually is. He might have lost a little bit. Oh, it comes up on screen when people are following. The wrong picture's coming up. It's not supposed to be a zombie. Yeah, all of these things that previously never worked, now work. Thanks for the follow, Heroic Logic. See, I'm getting some things that other streamers have. But, yeah, we'll work that out. Rules don't seem to make it that much different. What do you mean, the rules of what? Of a new Galaxy Trucker? Am I wrong that they've changed it? I think you can play the old version, but there is a simplified version, I think. Or are we talking about Golem? Yeah, I'd say that with Galaxy Trucker. It's easy for me because I'd played it more than the other people, and there is a lot to be introduced to. Like, we've never played the expansions even. I've got this big box version. We have to just do the base game over and over again. Not that we've played it in the last few years, but yeah, it's just complicated to explain that many things. And then here's the real-time thing. The last time we played it, in fact, one of our friends that absolutely hated it afterwards, we saw in the rulebook that it recommends, if you're playing with new people, why don't the experienced people, me and Rach, just play the game, and then when we go to the scoring round, swap your ships over so the new people get your ships, that you knew what you were doing when you were making the ships, and then you get their monstrosities, so that they at least get to go through the scoring round and see some of the things and get to see what that's like, rather than what happened, that being new to the game, they made bad ships, they got destroyed very, very quickly. But yeah, you have to be very loosey-goosey with Galaxy Trucker, and it is a lovely laugh. We'll just have to have it being a zombie, I suppose. The alert box. Hey, Heroic Logic, thanks for following us. I need to make a noise so I'm notified of that as well. I didn't know that was happening, and my list is covering that bit of the streaming thing. Again, need another monitor over here. It should be about Steve Gutenberg. It should mainly be, it should just be a Police Academy board game, but just call it Gutenberg so all of the Euro fans buy it and stream about it. You didn't know I was on Twitch? I'm on everything. It's only been in the last couple of months though, I think. Hibachi. It's a dexterity game that's mixed with a Euro game, it reckons in its description. I don't know much beyond that. Grail Games are going to have it there, though. I don't know if you're going to be able to buy it because there's not a price there. I'm aware that I'm being very slow, and I will try and speed up a little bit. Imperial Steam is on here because, again, Capstone Games always piques my interest, and its designer Alexander Humer, who designed Lignum, a fantastic kind of meaty Euro game that required loads of planning, was only a kind of detraction for me, is that I'm rubbish at planning, and I was terrible at it. But yeah, I did a playthrough for that way back when. You can go and look at Lignum. But hey, Imperial Steam is new from both of those things. Chronicles of Crime is fantastic. I love the system. I love all of its variations. But Lucky Duck Games are now doing Kids Chronicles that, I've put it on here. I would love to give it a go. I don't know if it's going to be less interesting. I don't have anyone 7+ to kind of experience the target audience. But hey, maybe one day. I just love that the system is branching out, is being employed in different ways. And so this is Chronicles of Crime Kids, and it's all lovely and fantasy themed. Look at that beautiful artwork. Don't you want to just play that whether you're a kid or not? close all of these windows. King of the Valley, that was the game that I mentioned, has the art by David Cochard. And this seems to be like a tile laying game where you are restricted by the tiles that you can take based on where your king is. And you are building them up. They've got different levels of influence. They'll give you powers as you lay them down. There is a lovely little, can we see it? There is a lovely cardboard hill. No, we can't see it in that picture. There it is. There is a great big cardboard hill for you to put these things on so everyone can see it and stuff. Hey, I like that. Imperial Instinct, yes, it is a little bit. Yeah, it's not quite called Mediterranean Traders, but yeah, the name isn't going to light any fires, is it? Yeah, I need some cold tea. To perk me up every now and then. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now, I'm not really familiar with... I know of the video game, but I wouldn't say that we were familiar with it. This is coming from Boardcubator, who have previously done Space Race, the board game, and Project L that I mentioned earlier. So they're doing this big co-op game based on the video game Kingdom Come Deliverance. You're going to be able to have a first look at Essen if you're going. I've tended to leave off demos unless it's something that I already can say something about, but yeah, that's going to be there, and maybe I will be doing something about that in the future when it comes to its crowdfunding platform. We'll see. It's early days. King Domino Origins. I enjoyed King Domino. It's a bit light, but yeah, it's got a new edition. I'm looking forward to playing it eventually and seeing what's new. Living Forest, cute card game. It's got a push your luck system similar to Mystic Vales, although, you know, without all of the card crafting and transparent things and stuff, in terms of, you know, it's the number of symbols and you can bust and stuff. Sounds cool. That's coming from Ludnaut. Lost Ruins of Arnak is getting an expansion, which, you know, I would like to see how it's changed. I would like to see as well, especially after I saw Steve in the Discord talking about the Discord rather than the Discard, talking about the solo campaign that it's got, that's got a web app and stuff. Oh, I'm keen with that. I only played the base game and a prototype, so yeah, I don't think it had any of that solo stuff, and yeah, I only ever had a prototype version of it. I would like a final version. I would like to see what this expansion does. I would like to play that solo campaign on us at some point. I was like the little Martys as well that the chat does when someone says something. What's wrong with games having colons in their names? It's expansions and stuff, isn't it? Oh, Kingdom Come Deliverance and that. Yeah. It's all of these series and stuff. We got to branch out. Lunar Capital is a great big game about. Well, not a great big game. I don't know why I say that every time. It is a tile laying game about making. Is it about making? It's about making a city on the moon. We're trying to make rockets and stuff. That's coming from Devere Games. Apparently, it was a hidden gem for Gen Con. That's yeah. I would be checking that out if I was there. Mini Rogue is a roguelike video game kind of thing, but condensed into a quick small card game. Oh, look at this setup. Matus, you are very, very neat. Yeah, that should be probably going to be after Essen. Well, it's definitely going to be after Essen at this point. Essen's in like 2 days. But yeah, I have a copy in the ether on the way that will be played through at some point. My Own Toy Shop, again, probably going to be far too light for us. The page isn't loading. I don't know anything about it. There is only these paragraphs on the board. I would love to run a toy shop, though. Look at the artwork. It looks lovely. I don't know. It's probably going to be more of a family, more of a children's game. And, you know, that's no downside of it. But still, I kind of wish that I would be playing that for a bit as well. Solo on that would be a great live stream. Hey, if anyone from CG is watching this, I'm keen. Neko Harbor, the card game. What's the game called? Oh, Pleasant Journey to Nico. I still need to do something with that. It's still on the shelf waiting for a playthrough at some point. Like some things are. It's got a card game version. Go visit the Wood Games. Check it out. Neoville is on here because Phil Walker Harding has made a thing. It's a tile laying game. You're building. Your architect's building in a city. That sounds cool. Perseverance. I loved the sound of this when David has talked to me about it. It's various times. It's a David Torcy game, and many other designers as well are involved. Great big Mind Clash Kickstarter campaign. 2 great big boxes of episodes. Yeah, I don't know much beyond it. I wasn't in the Kickstarters for this. Or Voidfall is on right now. That looks really cool as well. With Imperium's... well, David co-designed Imperium as well, but the co-designer of that, Nigel Buckle, is doing Voidfall as well. Both games I would be keen to check a demo out if I was over there, and maybe they'll get playthrough eventually. Picture Perfect is I love deduction and stuff being put into a game. This is like there's a perfect picture to be taken, and all of the requirements are in envelopes, and we'll get to look at some of them, and there's some kind of deduction, there's some kind of negotiation on what you tell people about. Like, it's got some pretty snazzy components. I think this is a deluxe, this is deluxe components. A quirky, different kind of thing. I love deduction being brought into games. Maybe it'll be great. Picture Perfect. I think it's already available in German, called Der Perfect Moment. Perfecto Moment? Yeah. Port Royal. I love Port Royal. Oh, I've still got it. It's a great filler game. I think it had expansions and stuff that I never got. I got 1 expansion, but I think it had more. Hey, it's all coming out in a great big box. It's a great push-your-luck game. Quicks is a fantastic roll and write game. It's getting a Longo version. There's a load of things in the Quicks family now. Quinto is, I think, part of that family. Still one of the best roll and writes around. Quicks is fantastic as well. This is, if you liked Quicks but thought it was over 2 Quicks, then here is a great big version with D8s and stuff to play a Longo game of it. Rescuing Robin Hood, cooperative deck building game. I am keen to see how that works. The art looks nice. Robin Hood is a cool theme. That's about what I know that made me add this. If you're going to Essen especially, or if you know about any of these games, let me know. Convince me. Well, not convince me. I'm already pretty keen. I've put them on here. You saw Dice Tower play through Neoville and didn't really grab you. That's a shame about that. Maybe it's great. Well, I hope that it would be great, but yeah. If it didn't seem so from the stream, that would be a shame. Savannah Park, coming from new company Bright Eye Games. And this is basically, I see Kramer and Kiesling, I add it to the list. And it's got a solo option as well. Kramer and Kiesling have designed some amazing things, both together and separately. And yeah, you should always check out when they have made a new game. Settlement looked like a cool tile-laying kind of, not city building, but kind of kingdom building game that I think playthroughs have started to come out of this. I haven't got one. There's not going to be a playthrough from me anytime soon anyway, although, hey publisher, if you're keen, I'm here. I make great things. iGames. But yeah, sounds cool. Check it out. Some things I've just added and don't have a load of reason. Yes, colons are building up at this point. We've had a nice region here of just single titles, but they're coming up. Silver Coin, Age of Monster Hunters. Monster Hunter, the game, I'm not great at that kind of game. I don't really enjoy it, but I would be keen to see how a board game would come of this. And I don't know if anything will come of it, but I think I am supposed to be talking to the company or the designers or something about maybe doing something in the future for this. You can check out a demo at Essen. Starfighters, Rapid Fire, new thing from Alleycat Games, and it is a kind of how did Cesar describe it to me? I think I am getting some kind of prototype of this at some point, but he said it's X-Wing meets ... What is it? Sorry for this silence while I try and find an email and press wrong things. Think Escape meets X-Wing and has anthropomorphic animals as the pilots. Sounds cool. It's got a kind of early version of a solo mode. I hope to be checking it out at some point. But if you're going to Essen, you can see a demo of it right there. Solo is a deal breaker. No solo mode, no dice. Hey, Shiffy. Yes, well, so far, anyway, chat seems to be working, and it seems to look quite nice as well. I am very pleased that my experiments have finally paid off. Sword and Sorcery Ancient Chronicles is kind of out, I think. You can buy it in shops and stuff. But yeah, we've been playing through Sword and Sorcery. Before we got lost in our Descent campaign, we completed the base box of the original Sword and Sorcery. I really like it. It's got its own twists and stuff. In some ways, it is more conventional dungeon crawling, but I do really like dungeon crawling. And rather than just comparing numbers and stuff, it's got spending symbols that I like a lot more as well. And I hear more things have been added, more things have been tweaked, improved, refined in the new Ancient Chronicles box. So I would be checking that out. Tabanusi, Builders of Ur, new from Board and Dice. Board and Dice have got loads of great looking offerings that we'll be talking about in a minute. It is David Spader and Danielle Tashini. David Spader of Tommy Boy and Black Sheep. No, I'm sure not. I would be surprised. Great big, I don't know what the word was then. Building game? New designer. I've not played these games. I've not played Seven the Sins. So Tabanusi is a great big game. The only thing that this would probably have been in the next category, just for crunchy Euro game from Board and Dice. But Rach, was it Rado tweeting? Rach was telling me about a tweet that she'd seen where it sounded mean. But so that might put us off. But hey, let's see how it goes. Testament is a cooperative game that is on here. I like the sound of it, but I think Rach, if this delivers on what it aims for, I think Rach would really like this. This is a kind of boss battler game that wants to model itself, that wants to replicate the kind of fights you would have in a great big MMO RPG. Rach loves those kind of things. And maybe we'd get on with this game. I hear there was a version of it that's got it could do with revisions and stuff. I don't know if there's it's a new version from Japanime Games. So I imagine all of those old comments I was reading earlier might not apply with this. But hey, it's gonna be there. Siege of Rundar, co-op deck building game from Reiner Knizia. I'm keen on it. The art looks cool. The theme looks cool. Reiner Knizia at this point. Could not be much better regarded, could he? The Specialists first grabbed my attention because it is designers Marco Canetta and Stefania Niccolini, not to forget about Dimitri Perrier and Catherine Perrier, but Marco and Stefania, between them, have designed things like... I'm pressing the wrong thing. It's logged me out of Tabletop Together. I don't know if I've made the big introduction as well. If you're not familiar, I know Board Game Geek's got their preview tool, but I'm staunchly loyal to Tabletop Together. The tool is absolutely fantastic. We collaborated when I used to do that UK Games Expo list, but hey, less of that. It's a great tool for doing things for Essen. So yes, the Specialists, they have designed... This duo have designed, amongst other things, Railroad Revolution, amazing Eurogame. Zhanguo, absolutely amazing Eurogame. I wish this is one of the ones that maybe I've put Last Will in my votes enough times that it's actually got some decent votes this time. Maybe I should do that with Zhanguo. You're missing out if you haven't seen Zhanguo yet. I hope to do a playthrough at some point. But the Specialists... this is a lighter game, sure. It is a dice placement game, right? We are going around, we're heist teams, basically. We're going to various places, robbing them of all of their stuff, playing cards with abilities as well. And on top of that, what was I going to say as well? Oh yeah, it's got a cool looking solo mode as well. Oh, I'm messing here. Ryder did a run through, very heavy Tabanusi. Did he say it was mean? I think Ray just saw a tweet. I haven't watched a video about pretty much anything. It's been really long hours making 2 playthroughs for only 2 games, but yeah, making 2 playthroughs and editing all of them to be up in the same week to try and get things before Essen. It's taken a lot of time. How's World of Warcraft any good? It was all right about 12 years ago. I think that's around when I was playing it. There was a good 4-month period, I think, where I would say I was pretty addicted to it, but it passed, and times I have tried trials since. I haven't for a long time now, But times when I've tried Trials again, it's not got that magic anymore. It's kind of, yeah, I know what this is going to be like. Rach, I played for a while, but Rach loves Final Fantasy 14, which, yeah, I played for a while, really enjoyed it, but then got to that point again where I know what this is now. Even all of the new stuff that they're doing, it kind of seems like the same as the old stuff. Tindoya, a cool crunchy co-op Euro game that's very different from, but thematically similar to Spirit Island. That's going to be available to demo. And I think we were talking about maybe doing some kind of video when that comes to crowdfunding next year. We'll see. Trek 12. Roll and write game, Bruno Cathala, and not forgetting Corentin Lebras. I always hate that when I do that with designers, but you know, Bruno Cathala is the one that I know has designed many games before. Oh, World of Warcraft, the board game. I don't remember. I remember enjoying it. I couldn't say I remember like components of it. Oh, do you mean the new Pandemic? That's not on the Essen list either. As far as I know, people have been sent that in America, I think. But yeah, I don't get early things from Z-Man. I would be massively keen on trying that out. It's World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King, which like that was kind of, I think that's when I was playing it. Wrath of the Lich King was the latest expansion, and I really liked the lore around the Lich King, because that comes from like Warcraft 3 as well, doesn't it? But regardless of all that, it's a pandemic system game with a cool new theme. We'll see how that is. Voidfall, I've already mentioned. Designers Nigel Buckle and David Tortsey, who designed Imperium. Vol Verplant is... it's a roll and write game. That's why it's on here. I don't know much beyond that. Waggle Dance, I remember really liking. This is a new one. It's available for demo. It's going to be coming out from Bright Eye Games that are doing Savannah Park. I remember Waggle Dance being great. It's from co-designer of Dice Hospital and many other things, Mike Nudd. Yeah, it kind of it fell out of print for a long time. I'm keen to see it back. Witchstone is a game that I should be getting in a week or so. But yeah, new Reiner Knizia as well as Martino Cicchiera. This is it's a big fancy game. I've heard that it's a bit Feldy feeling. Who knows? Yeah, I put it on there because I could get hold of a copy, and it's Reiner Knizia. It looks very nice. We'll see. There'll be a playthrough at some point soon. And finally, Wonderbook. So again, you know, co-op grabs my attention. Story and stuff I really like. I don't know. I think there's going to be some copies there. They haven't got, you know, the bulk of them, so I'm not getting a copy sent anytime soon. But you know, the Wonderbook is, you can kind of see it in the background of the pictures. Like, got lovely, lovely art and components, but you are playing right in the Wonderbook. This great big pop-up book, I think. Right? Maybe Casual Game Insider is going to tell us the best of it. And Advert from there is going to give us the best picture of it. Look at that. Looks really, really cool. You know, I'm into gimmicks. I know sometimes sometimes in games it's like, oh yeah, that gimmick was nice, but I'm not going to keep playing this. But sometimes it works out so well. And I'm hoping that Wonderbook is going to be one of those times. Oh, and this is Martino, who co-designed Witchstone as well. Oh, I'm glad they came next to each other on the list. I hadn't noticed that. So they are all of the wants. I'm nearly done, I promise. You need to be somewhere. So here we go. The top 21, kind of. It's not ranked, and I'm sure that some games could have been floating between the categories. It's none of it is that set in stone. Why do I need to log in again? What are you doing? I'm gonna put Marty up on the screen a little bit bigger. There he is. You can see some games and stuff in the background. Oh, it knows my password anyway. Where are we? Is that working? There we go. And that's the button I need. There we go. Marty, do you not want to come out into the light a little bit? Can I get a bit more light on him if I rotate him a bit? Not really. There we go. You can see him a little bit more there. Rado thought Octavianusi is a bit too sandboxy. Well, if it's just sandboxy and not mean, I'd be up for that. See how it goes. No, don't worry about the time. Paul's Essen stream was about 3 hours, was it? I won't worry though. But there were guests on Paul's, right? This is just me rambling on. Oh no, where's the chat gone? Okay, click that one, then that one, then that one. There we go. Marty's meow. I don't think you'd actually hear it. He would. He does little squeaks and purrs as he stretches and adjusts in his chair. But I don't think they ever get picked up on the microphone. Is Marty bored? I'd say instantly bored. I'd say completely uninterested that he is live on the internet. I'd say just wants to be on the comfy new blanket that he has basically stolen from us. Let's be honest. So yes, the ones I'm most excited about, maybe, but we'll see once I've played them all. Ark Nova. I believe new designer Matthias Wieg. And this is just theme-wise. Before I saw big crunchy Euro game, it's from Fräulein Spiel, who usually they are the German publisher, and I think the overall publisher now of some Uwe Rosenberg games, particularly Feast for Odin, and many other things besides. I love the theme of running a zoo. I love the artwork of the game. I didn't mean to click that one. I meant to click the lovely cards that you can see. And basically, it is on here just from that big, crunchy Euro game about running the best zoo. Zoo Tycoon, the game, but what if Zoo Tycoon was quite complicated? Yeah, this is coming from Capstone as well. So usually, anyway, when it comes out from Asmodee, which I have been sent an email actually, it's probably early because they're going off to Essen. I should check that out and see what this week's releases are, if anything's coming out. Patchwork Halloween Edition. I can't get this on screen because it's on my emails. But hey, Patchwork Halloween Edition's coming out. Ark Nova, anyway. I would be racing to buy a copy of that if I was going. It's going to be available, right? Sometimes when things haven't got a price, they're just there for demo, but I think Ark Nova is there to buy. Bad Company, another kind of heist-themed game. The latest thing from Aporta Games. Designers Eilif Svensson and Christian Abenson Otsby have designed all of those heavy hitters, Santa Maria, The Magnificent, the Roll and Rights and stuff. This is Kenneth Mind as well has designed this. It is a dice game where we are trying. There's a solo game where you're trying to outsmart the police. You are basically running a gang. You have gang members to upgrade. You have heists to do. You've got to escape the pesky police. I like the theme. I like the look. I like the designers. I like Aporta Games. There's a new one gonna be at Essen. I would like to see I would like to make a playthrough of Ark Nova. If Fräulein Spiel or Capstone Games are watching and you got a copy, hey, I make great playthroughs when I'm not staring at emails on my phone. Witchstone's coming out. Ugh, there was no need to order a copy from Europe then. Yeah, not a lot coming out this week, as you would imagine. Boon Lake, basically on here because it's Alexander Pfister. So I don't think the English version has been finalized when it's coming out. Another Capstone Games. The artist Clemens Franz, amazing artist, always says Eurogames to me. But yeah, the German version is coming out very soon. But I think I read today DLP aren't going to be at Essen. Yeah, they haven't got a booth number or anything, so I don't know what's going on with that. Basically, yeah, I've learned my lesson. From missing out on Maracaibo back in 2019. I will not miss out again. I will try out all of these things because they're probably going to be pretty cool, aren't they? Yeah, I don't know much about it. Civilization has fallen apart, which was the theme of similar to the theme in Cloud Age, isn't it? Is it Cloud Age? But yeah, we're trying to improve things. We're trying to improve our group's life in this post-apocalyptic environment. Basically, it's a big crunchy Alexander Pfister Euro game, and I'm keen on trying another one of those. Chronicles of Crime had its Century series. It's had its previous chapters. The one I was keenest on, though, is finally coming out, and you'll be able to grab it at Essen. The Cyberpunk, the 2400 edition, is going to be there. Irune. I will be covering this at some point. I think in December. I might be getting a copy whenever it's ready, basically. But this is a dungeon crawler game. Intrigued already. I'm keen, even though, you know, for all my moaning about dice, dungeon crawlers all use them to varying degrees of success and originality. But the thing that really draws me to Erene, I'm going to say Erene. You can tell me if I'm wrong. And yeah, this is a big risk. If this can be pulled off, this will be magnificent. The rulebook, the kind of decisions, the behavior of monsters and stuff is all controlled by the spirit, an app. So the app is going to teach you the game. The app is going to answer your questions. There is, it's a one versus many dungeon master dungeon crawl game, but there is a solo and co-op mode in there, which again is run by the app. So the app tells you what the monsters do. So yeah, this, as I say, if the app works out well, this could be amazing. This could be a revolution. Obviously not if you're not keen on having apps in games, but hey, I'm keen on it when they work well, and I'm really, really looking forward to trying this out. Next up, Golem. So yeah, it's always a bit weird, especially when I did rank this as a top 10 and stuff in previous years. It's weird when I've had games, where do you put this in your most anticipated? Even if I didn't have it and hadn't played it, it would be really, really high up. Flaminia Brasini, Virginia Gili, and Simone Luciani are the designers of Lorenzo Il Magnifico, and in various pairings with different designers, and sometimes together in this, they have designed things like Simone and Virginio designed Grand Austria Hotel, Coimbra, Alma Mater. So many games. Simone Luciani's been involved in Zolkin, Barrage. There's just a massive laundry list of credits of amazing Euros. Grand Austria Hotel, especially, is so good. And yeah, Golem does a few things similar to Grand Austria Hotel as well. But it is based on a 16th century legend of the Golem of Prague, a Jewish legend. Apparently, I don't know how well it teaches you about this legend. It's not like, say, if you play something like Lisboa, if you play a Vita Lacerda game, it's all of the gameplay and stuff is kind of informed by that history and stuff, and the rulebooks try their best to educate you about what you're doing and why you're doing it. I wouldn't say Golem does that, but as a game, it's so good. So this is a Euro game where one of the main action selection mechanisms is marbles. So I don't know if we can get like a top-down view of the marbles from anyone. I should have put my video on, shouldn't I? You'll be able to see very soon. Here we go. It's a prototype, but here is the synagogue with the marbles that you drop into it. And they correspond to rows of these actions. So every round, players have 3 actions. One of your actions will be using your rabbi. So some simple worker placement here on these tiles at the bottom, which I'm in the way of. So yeah, there'll be different tiles every round. You choose one of those. They'll determine turn order a little bit. But the marbles will come out randomly into these rows. And yeah, they correspond to, similarly to, the more dice were in a column in Grand Austria Hotel, the more powerful the action was. Similarly, the more marbles in a row in this, the more powerful the action is. See X on all these actions. X is the power of the action before you took a marble away. And also, the colour matters because you have these golems and students in the various streets of Prague. You always want your students to move up, and if you take a marble of the street's colour, they will move. If you take a black marble, you move 2 different students. If you take a white marble, no students move at all. So why would you ever take them? Why wouldn't you just always take the black marble? Because these characters at the top here, if you take their particular configuration of marbles, then you get to use their special ability, paying some coins for a really cool action at the end of the round, or just earning some coins, which is always great. I can tell you loads about this because I've played this and done a playthrough for it, by the way. So I've not just looked through this way more than the other games. There's 3 different areas that you are focusing on. You'll pick some combination of them in your particular game. There are the books, which out on the main board, there's different books here. When you get them, they will give you immediate benefits. They're all at different costs and stuff. You can do upgrades on your columns here. So whenever you put a book in that column, you'll get a benefit. But then also, you get the benefit of the top of every book up to the column that they are in. And there are golems. You want golems out there. You can activate them to do these neighborhood actions that are going to be different every game. A different configuration of these actions. So you want to build them. You want to do all these upgrades so they're cheaper and so you get more abilities. They get to activate immediately when you make them. And there are these artifacts as well that are massive for your income every round. You want to earn gold, so you'll unlock these things. Every action has all of its various upgrades, and a key part of the scoring at the end of the game is menorahs. So whenever you upgrade various parts, you get a menorah of that action's colour, basically. So you get yellow ones for the artifacts, and at the end of the game, you will get the number of menorahs you earned multiplied by the number of artifacts you had. Similarly, for the books, multiplied by the number of books. Golems multiplied by the number of golems you've gotten off your player board. There's a race for menorahs at the end of the student tracks. There's even more about the game. I won't go on about it too much, but there is. As soon as I finish this stream, I will make the 2-player playthrough live. I've done 2 great big playthroughs for this. And yeah, you'll see my first impressions about it and stuff as well. I'll spoil that for you a little bit. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's heavier than I think any of the other games that I mentioned from these designers. And especially early on, you wonder where you are and how you're going to get anything done in this game. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I'm going to rave and rave about it. Great Western Trail, fantastic game from 2017 now? 2018? It's getting a brand new second edition. New art and stuff. I don't know how different it's going to be, but I don't have Great Western Trail anymore, so I'm keen to try it out, especially since it now has an official solo mode, which I am very, very eagerly anticipating, and it's got like mini expansions and stuff included. It's had cards rebalanced and all of that kind of jazz. I would be racing there. Hippocrates is a new game that is on here basically because it's designer Alan Orban, who is one of the Trois trio. And yeah, they've all designed different games off on their own. I think it's only Trois and Black Angel and Tournay, right? That's the trio. That's basically why I'm really keen on it. Hippocrates has passed away, and it leaves a lot of doubt regarding the durability of his medical activities. It's got a solo mode. It's a tile laying game. It sounds pretty cool. Again, designer pedigree. We're not going to find out much from that, are we? I haven't done my Chinese practice before coming up here, but yeah, sounds cool. I'm pumped by it. You throw the board from the first edition. Oh, Great Western Trail. I haven't really seen like a side by side of them and stuff. But yeah, I thought I never thought there was anything wrong, particularly with the first edition. And there's going to be all these, isn't there? Argentina and New Zealand editions. That are they going to integrate together and stuff? Are they just the same game but separate? So many questions. But yeah, I think if you've got the second edition, it will line up with that. I don't think there's not side by sides of them, is there? The cards look lovely, but they look lovely in the old edition as well. Hey, yeah, I think it's going to be one where. I don't know that it's going to be a must-have upgrade if you've still got the original, but if you haven't got it, then hey, here's a fancy new way to get it. And yeah, I liked it. The only thing I didn't like about Great Western Trail was what was it? Was it like the footprints and stuff on the board? The stuff where if you could build a building basically to force other players to the hands, wasn't it? To force other players to pay coins and stuff when they went past. I didn't like that. I'm still not going to like that about the game. But it's got a solo mode, which I'm keen on. I don't think anything about this second edition is going to change Rachel's mind. She wasn't that much of a fan. But hey, I think it's... Surprisingly, they haven't mentioned the hippos or the crates in the description of it, so I'm a little bit in the dark. Maybe that's what the back of the box said, but we just couldn't read it. Maracaibo, again, it's only in German and DLP games aren't going to be there. So, or maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong about that. And Marty's doing a bit of twitching. There's a big expansion for Maracaibo coming. There is a new solo opponent. that's about all I know about that. But Maracaibo was amazing. I'd like to do a big solo campaign of that at some point, but there's just too many games and too little time, isn't there? But yeah, that'll be coming from Capstone as well, right? Yeah, Capstone Games are doing the English version, and we'll hear about that when it's ready, I think. Messina 1347. You can see my videos on this on the channel now. Delicious Games very kindly sent me a prototype of it. And yeah, you can see a 2-player playthrough and a full solo playthrough as well. There's not many pictures. And I think there's a tabletop simulator mod. There is one of Golem, actually. If you want to play it, there's a tabletop simulator mod available. And I think there is one available for Messina, or there's about to be one available. But basically, it's 1347. It's Messina. Ships are coming in, bringing the Black Death with them. This is the city over here. Different configurations every time. Shuffle up the things. Tiles will come out in a different order. So the core thing on the city is this wheel tells us which places get rat cubes that are basically plague cubes, really. The rats are bringing plague with them, which you will need to spend fire to get rid of. And if you do, you go up this reputation track. And it will also bring in citizens with it as well. You can rescue the citizens. If they come from a place with a plague cube, they have to go into quarantine. If not, they go straight on your estates. And then this is where the kind of second game that you're playing at the same time comes in, where you will get opportunities to activate your overseers, these discs here on your player board. I'll make it a bit bigger. That will move around your board and activate different citizens and the special abilities over them. The advanced versions of the player board on the other side here all have completely different configurations of bonuses as well. And you're going to have to, the overseers are going to have to make a decision of which path they go down, and you're going to end up activating certain spaces twice and stuff. There's loads and loads and loads of stuff going on in here. It is an absolutely fantastic game. A little bit lighter, I would say, than Praga from last year, and certainly lighter than Underwater Cities, but still worked amazingly well. Such a good game. I'm so pleased with it, and I'll be getting a final version at some point, but I've already done. Usually I would say, and I'll do a playthrough with the final version, but I think the playthrough that is out there is pretty representative of what the final thing will look like, and I've already done a solo one of it. It is so cool. And not only rat cubes, there are rat meeples in there. I don't think they are pictured, but the game includes rat cubes. Rat meeples. So yeah, if you go to a space with a plague cube on it and you don't get rid of if you don't fight the plague, then you have to take rat meeples. There's also a thing of repopulating Messina as well, and spending citizens to go back out there and rebuild the city as the plague decimates it. The plague kind of it's really cool. It builds and builds and builds and then dies off in the last rounds, simulating a bit of an arc to the game. But also you can repopulate the cities, and then every time someone wants to use that action later on in the game, you get points because you repopulated it. But also anytime plague cubes get put there, you get rat meeples because you're in charge of it, and you've let plague come back. But hey, you can see full playthroughs. There are 2 full playthroughs on my channel, and one I'm really pleased that it's cool anyone's watching. But look, when does this happen on a game? I'm on both things on the page, and 52 is wrong. It's if you're on Board Game Geek, by the way, give this a thumb. Inflate my ego a little bit because yeah, it's gotten a surprising amount of thumbs and stuff, and I'm really pleased about it because yeah, it's quite up in the hotness as well. Because I think it's fantastic, and it's lovely when a video gets recognised as well. Look at it up there. I know that it's because other things that were more popular have gone off because they're more than a week old, and Messina's about to disappear from here. But for the moment, it's on the front page of Board Game Geek, and I'm allowed to be pleased about that. So, Hippocrates and Rat Cubes. Yeah, Eurogames are really branching out these days. I've made my window disappear again. Where's it gone? There it is. If you're watching the Golem playthrough next, great. I'm hoping Ark Nova and Hippocrates will get their playthroughs very soon. Twitchy Marty, I don't know if they will make a solo mode available. I presume it will be compatible. I haven't heard about them making that available though. Marty is on Twitch. Paul is jealous because I got a copy of him seeing. Yeah, he messaged me about that. I hope it. I'm not in charge of who gets copies. I'm very pleased. I don't get a lot of early things. I'm small time, but yeah, I'm very very pleased when I do get one, and hopefully, I'm sure we'll get one at Essen. Now I haven't got a copy. I got a prototype of it, which I suppose is a copy. Hey, where am I? Yes, Mind MGMT. I don't know the thing that this is based on, the comic that it's based on. I have kind of been excited about this when I've seen it mentioned before and put it just on this list because it is a deduction game. That is what I am most excited about. It's team-based games. I don't know if they usually work with us. I'll admit, deduction has basically gotten me really, really excited. I like the look of it. Stick it to the man. I don't know why I've broken there. I've broken. You've broken me. But yeah, I don't know much about it beyond. Oh, you can see a Space Biff review of it. There is an app to it. Hey, I'm just keen for more deduction. I want to keep playing through the deduction games, so they keep making them, and it's solo as well. So even if the team kind of element of it doesn't work out, the hidden movement element doesn't work, then for us, I mean, I'm sure it will work mechanically. But there's always a solo mode, which is why it's such a benefit. Another kind of deduction game, another co-op deduction game, Mortem Medieval Detective. It's coming in English from Arcane Wonders. I'd really like to try this one out. I haven't heard anything back about it, but maybe it will be on sale at some point. I'll be able to show it off. You are exploring a kind of grim fantasy world and putting objects under surveillance, searching them, interacting with things, kicking through doors. There isn't that much about it, to be honest. There is a review in Russian. I think, yeah, it's originally come out in Russian, and Arcane Wonders are handling the translation of it. Don't know much about it. Very, very keen by the theme and stuff of it. It's Monica, you got a prototype of Three Sisters. I am still jealous of that. Back to Board and Dice. Origin's First Builders is another of their, I think, trio, right? Of lovely looking, medium, chunky Euros. Look at it. We're building things. It's all spacey and stuff. It's from designer Adam Kwapinski, who is the designer, right, of not things that are very popular, things that I haven't really played. Well, I did play Nemesis. I knew I wasn't going to enjoy it when it was brought, and I didn't enjoy it, but that's my thing. I'm sure it's a great game if you're into that kind of stuff. But I really like the look of Dark Ages. That's going to be there in German, actually, but the English edition will be coming behind it quite quickly, I think. So we're coming to this planet. It's a tile-laying game about building a city. That's basically all I need to know. It's played over a number of rounds. How many games can say that? I'm just being daft. I don't want to sound like I'm being sarky about the game. I'm just being sarky about my coverage of it. There are playthroughs available. I don't have a copy. Paul's got one. There we go. The jealousy can be both ways. Next up, Riverside. Yes, and I'll reiterate in case you weren't here earlier. There you go, tinyurl.com/slickeroctober, and there is a competition running right now, running for another week and a bit, where you can win a copy of Riverside. There are 2 copies up for grabs. Thank you to Ilif and Chili Fox Games for putting them up for us, because hey, it's nice to have competitions, right? Yeah, I do need more tea. I've only got very cold tea now. I've got tea that was made about an hour and 45 minutes ago. Well, actually, the time of the stream, an hour 39 minutes, including the starting soon time. That's when I was making my tea. That's why I was on a little bit late. You've got to brew the tea for 3 minutes. No, not a second sooner. I did take it off sooner, and I think it suffered because of that. When is Three Sisters coming out? It's got to be quite soon, right? Yes, Riverside is a roll and write game. You can see I did a recorded playthrough for it. I did a live playthrough of it last week. You can play along with either of them. The player sheet is right here for you to do that. I explain the normal playthrough, I explain it as I'm going, but the live playthrough especially has a rules section where I just explain the game before we get started. So that's probably the one to start with, even though, you know, it's live and a little bit longer, not cut down as much. But yeah, you can play along. We are tour boat companies, basically small river cruise companies, and we will be traveling along the rivers. And as our boat moves, we can we draft dice. You might have to pay for dice because some people don't want to come out of their cabins because it's too cold, so you have to pay heating to get them out of there, and your heating is very limited. But once you've drafted a die, well, it's not drafting. Everyone's got the choice of the dice. It's a roll and write game. But say I take a 4 white, I can cross off any 4 white passengers starting from left to right in any of these rows. If I cross off both purple passengers, I get the special ability of the boat. If I cross off a whole row, I'll get some bonus passengers for a different row, and you can make loads of combos doing that. You get tickets, and tickets help you for the excursions. There are all these types of excursions that are represented on the map. And so say I have gotten 2 yellow tickets, and you can go to an excursion within 3 spaces of the boat. If I've got 3 yellow tickets and I go to this yellow 11 excursion, I can put 33 points down on my yellow section. That would be amazing. But you have the classic avenue wrinkle of you can only write a score in if it's bigger than your previous score. So writing a great big score in early might not be as wise because you've got to beat that later on if you want to score it again. There's also an element of, there are stave churches that you can go to that will reward you for every ticket that you've got rather than tickets of a certain colour. So the sum of those are added to your worst score, so you can't just completely ignore something. You can, but you might end up losing 15 points, which, depending on the player count, in a 2-player game, that can be crushing because the way that points swing, the person who wins gets 15 and you lose 15. So it's a 30-point gain basically for the winner of that in a 2-player game. Less important in a game with loads of players, but it's an absolutely fantastic, maybe a little bit more mathy going on. There's a bit of multiplication and stuff going on in there. But yeah, another stellar roll and write from Eilif Svensson and Asmund Svensson as well. But I say Eilif because Eilif has designed many games at this point, including fantastic roll and writes such as Avenue, which became Kokoro Avenue of the Kodama, and Trails of Tucana as well, which we may well be talking about in a minute. Not just yet, though. Squaring Circleville. This arrived today as well. This arrived this morning. I haven't even opened the box yet. Spielworks make small print runs. I think they do like 1,000 games. They make small print runs of different crunchy Euro games that sometimes get reprinted by other companies much later on, but often it's this and that's it. And often I can't afford in the pre-order window, but I could this time. And so I have grabbed Squaring Circleville, which tells the story of this place, Circleville, Ohio, that had all of its streets in circles. Is it real? I assume it is. They wanted their city squared, basically, and we are the squarers of Circleville. I'm really looking forward to it. As I said, I haven't even opened the box yet. But because I'm not going, I ordered a copy. If I was going, I would be racing to Spielworks. And yeah, it's true of many of the things that I've mentioned there. But it's a shame I'm not going to be there in person to go and do that. But it's because it's one of those things where I wonder, I haven't checked on the pre-order now. Maybe it's already sold out. But yeah, doing a playthrough for it when it's not available, it's always a shame, isn't it? Because you see a playthrough of something that seems cool and then you can't get it. But maybe it would be a thing as well to be like, keep an eye out on Spielworks things. I'm not saying get every single one of them, but yeah, keep an eye out for them. And if you like the sound of one, be aware that it might never be available again. Like, there are games from Spielworks that are always crazy prices on the geek market just because they haven't had their reprint yet, at least. And there's only so many copies of them about. Are you about Eilif, Monica? And William Attia? Eilif is another one of the people that's like my very first Essen, and I think I had like 500 subscribers or something at my first Essen, and Eilif had seen me and was lovely to me, and I'll always be very grateful for everyone that's been nice to me all along the way. But it was really cool, and massive surprise because I just went there last minute on my own and stuff, and didn't expect anyone to have seen any of these things. What am I missing out on? Oh, James, you've playtested all the expansions for Smash Up. Nice. Oh, my green screen's going a bit wrong. I'm tilting it the wrong way. There we go. They're shipping 3 Sisters very, very soon. Oh, nice. I'll have to try and get a... It's probably too late for a late pledge. Maybe, hopefully it'll be coming to shops and stuff at that point. The box... Oh, the box name looks like it says Souring. Circleville. That'll be the sequel. Super Skill Pinball, Ramp It Up. This is another one. You know, yeah, if you are at Essen and you've got a little bit of room in your bag, Super Skill Pinball, Ramp It Up. Super Skill Pinball is one of the best roll and write games that there is. It is, I don't care what Board Game Geek says, the original came out in 2021. It took a ridiculously long time to make it over to the UK. But yeah, one of the best games of the year, one of the best roll and writes that there is. Amazingly replicates pinball in a roll and write form. It does it beautifully. And Ramp It Up is basically, it's a standalone expansion. It's the same system, but with 4 brand new tables. And I will say, not knowing any of these tables, I'll say just going off the 4 that are in the original Super Skill 4K, these 4 tables are massively different. Completely different levels of complexity, completely different abilities, and really, really suiting the theme of each of the tables as well. You can see I did a stream where I did the Dragon Slayer, and I can't remember what the Cyberpunk one is called. Cyberhack. There we go. I think I did Cyberhack and Dragon Slayer in a stream, so you can check that out if you would like to see it in action. But yeah, if you are going there, who knows when, especially if you're like in the UK or Europe, who knows when this is actually going to be available over here. I imagine in America, it's an American company, WizKids, so I imagine it's going to be available fairly swiftly over there. But yeah, if you're heading to Essen, my recommendation, grab a copy of Ramp It Up. Tekenyu, fantastic game from last year, is getting an expansion. I'll be honest, I haven't looked at what it adds. I'm sold based on that. I think I don't know what I think. I think this is David's expansion, right? I don't know. But yes, it adds more to it. I really enjoyed Tekenyu. I've still got Tekenyu. I would like to add to Tekenyu. And the same can be said for Teotihuacan. I enjoyed Teotihuacan. I liked what it did. I would like more of it. Even though, yeah, this is like, is this the last expansion now? It's had a few expansions in its time now. Speaking of expansions and colons and things, Trails of Tucana is getting a nice little expansion with Ferry. It's got 2 new gamepads, 2 new completely new island maps that will give you various challenges. That should be heading over at some point soon with Bad Company, I think. Who knows when? As I say, as I've said about a million times in this stream, shipping is impossible right now. But yeah, it'll be coming at some point. Yes, Christian and Eilif are both co-designers of Trails of Tucana and its expansion. Ten, you felt like it ended too soon. I hope it extends it slightly. I think maybe. What does it say? Does it add an extra round or something? I should have a look. I'm always aware of the time, but Rach isn't in yet. I haven't got to make tea yet. It contains advanced rules specifically designed to enhance the 2-player experience. Even more keen. New dice for mustering soldiers and gathering priests. Conquest comes with a price. As with more battles fought, one's deeds become more complicated. New layers of interaction and options. Well, hopefully we're not fighting each other. I don't think we would be. Just more options. Doesn't say anything about an extra round, but hey. Let's see what it's like as it comes out. Welcome to the Moon, which you can see tomorrow, right? You can see tomorrow in a spoiler-free playthrough. So this is... I knew it was a series, but I didn't realise it was a trilogy. This is the Welcome to trilogy. So this, who knows what will happen in the future, but the rules tell us that this is the final installment of the Welcome to trilogy. So we've had Welcome to, is it Your New Neighborhood? Is the full title, but it was just called Welcome to, right? And then Welcome to New Las Vegas, that was like a much more complex version of Welcome to, but still equally fantastic. Welcome to the Moon, new playables, new ways of playing, but also a great big 8-chapter campaign. Is it 8? There might be more. Tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff in this box, as well as a great big campaign mode, a kind of a story chapter book that you can go through. You can just play it like Welcome to, with its new twists and rules and stuff, or you can play it in a big campaign form. The solo mode is supported by the campaign as well, and so I have been told by co-designer and originator of Welcome to, Benoit, I have been told that the first 3 maps are fair game. They are not spoilers. So tomorrow's stream is going to be just, completely separated from the campaign. Let's look at these as many as I can fit into however long the stream is going to be. We will see at least a couple, I imagine, of these new maps and see what's going on in New Welcome to. But on Friday... It's Friday, right? No, Sunday. Friday's Ice Trip. Sunday, get my head out of the way, we'll be having and spoil the illusion of the green screen, we'll be having a campaign playthrough where it'll probably just be the first couple of chapters, but I will play a teensy bit of the campaign with the caveat, spoilers. But if you would like a taste of how the campaign is going to work, there we go. Finally got around to testing Pharaon some time back. I don't think I played Pharaon. I don't remember. Shiffy just ordered Sleeping Gods after watching the playthroughs. Oh, thank you. I hope you really enjoy it. You can see my my meltdown at the end of the live series that I just kept losing. I still love Sleeping Gods though. You'll have to watch the Welcome to the Moon stream another time you're working tomorrow. Oh, that's a shame. But yes, it's all available afterwards as well. And there is a special because it's Essen, and because I said I would do something special. If we turn Marty off for just a second, every day is going to have a stream in it, varying lengths and stuff. And accidentally, I didn't intend it as a roll and write week, but I saw that the 3 games the 3 new games that I wanted to cover, Rolling Realms isn't going to be at Essen. But I think you can order, like if you order Rolling Realms, I think it's getting sent. Like pre-orders are coming out for it, I believe. But yeah, Welcome to the Moon and Dice Trip needed doing. And as I said, Essen came, like my mind got jumbled about when Essen was happening. I knew the dates, but the dates, like time hadn't moved on in my head. And so I thought, let's do live things. Let's get them out there. Streams all of the time. Yes, and finally, where is it? Yummy Yummy Monster Tummy. So this is originally a bit of a more questionable theme, where it was like a Soviet kitchen and you were making dishes out of radioactive material and rotten food and stuff that gave people radiation sickness. Enough of that though. What if instead of that it was all about feeding monsters, cute monsters, and we made it a family game? Great, let's go for that. Oh, I'm not showing you the thing, am I? We're still looking at the picture. I need to turn the picture off. There we go. Yes, so you never saw the other game, Soviet Kitchen Unleashed, that I think is still available. But yes, it's all a cute game now about feeding monsters and that. So the game, it's an app-based game where we have all of these various ingredients that you are making things out of, and monsters want to eat crazy things. But this is done through an app, and the app reads the color of these ingredients that you are putting in. And basically, you are trying to get a certain color mixture. So I won't bore you with my inability to know what mixing colors makes, but you're seeing the color of the monster's fur, and you are trying to make a combination by collaboratively playing these color cards. You are trying to mix a color in the app that is similar to the monster's fur to get the best score, basically. We are working together. It's a cooperative game, but there's also a story mode. There are chapters in this. Yeah, I'm really, really keen on that because the concept of the original game was fantastic and how it worked in the app and stuff. You know, it's a bit of a daft game, but hey, we need some daftness. Yeah, just the theme was a little bit strange, let's say, at the time. The theme now, let's go crazy with it. It's lovely. Yeah, and I'm really keen to do something with it in its final form, which I'm sure I'll be doing at some point soon. But hey, you can get involved now if you are off to Essen, that is, and do some hand management, do some push your luck. It's a children compatible game, but where am I now? You've got a print and play version for Rolling. Yeah, Rolling Realms was like designed right in lockdown over Jamie Stegmaier's streams. So there are many versions that you can get, the kind of iterations along the process. But now it is out in its final form, and it's kind of a love letter to all the Stonemaier games, right? What's happened to the color? Is it because I put that game up there and now it's all broken? Do I need to get closer to the screen? Look, the green screen's failing at the top. Oh, it's fixed itself now. So, yeah, all of the different realms, the roll and write cards that have their own different rules, are all based around all of the different Stonemaier games. It's a really cool way of doing it. Yeah, and the solo mode for it, going back to this week, the solo mode for it is, you can't see because my head's in the way, solo mini golf. Which is it's a lovely, well, I haven't played it yet, but a lovely concept from Automa Factory, who universally, right, make amazing solo modes for games, and it's a way of playing the realms in certain combinations with certain rules, certain goals to meet, and it's got a nice little golf card that it's got pars for the various things, and you're trying to get the best score in there. But I think there we go. That is just under 2 hours. That's not too bad. I knew I wouldn't be able to do it quickly. But next up, Golem Roll and Write. Maybe all of these companies should do these kind of roll and writes where it references all of their other games. Oh, Steve, you just got Rolling Realms. Oh, nice. Everyone that got, like, I thought, yeah, people are just about getting it. It's maybe I should have waited a little bit longer, but I wanted to do a video as soon as possible as well and not leave things hanging about. But maybe you could play along with the solo mini golf, right? But maybe we'll do another live stream, maybe next week or something, where we can just we can just play a game against each other, because there's no, like, it wouldn't matter how many people are playing, right? I think it's only limited to 6 players because there are 6 different sets of cards in the box. I think as many people could play it together as want to. So yeah, we'll do some more stuff with that. But yes, there is Welcome to the Moon spoiler-free playthrough live tomorrow at the same time. Thursday, I don't know if you were there for that bit, Steve. I realise I've put Golem on the wrong day on this, so Golem's going to be coming out on Thursday and not Friday, apparently. Yeah, the solo playthrough of Golem is up for patrons. If you'd like to help me out, I'm in the way of this. Let's turn me off for a sec. Patreon.com/slickerdrips is how you could support the channel, help me make more things, help me be able to be here part-time and stuff. Hey, maybe it's not always going to be part-time with your help, but you also get to vote on the videos that I make and see them early. Like, you can see Golem now. You could have seen it for like a week. And you get extra entries into the competition. You vote on the things that I'm doing. You get involved. You join the Discord, but mainly you keep all of the stuff happening. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Hadrian's Wall. It's been over a month since I did my solo Hadrian's Wall run. I'm going to have to try and desperately do Fort 2 because, spoilers if you didn't see it, I failed last time, and you can only succeed if you can only continue if you succeed. So I've got to try and win that. Dice Trip, I will post the player board somewhere so we can play that together if you would like to. And yeah, Rolling Realms I mentioned, and Welcome to the Moon will be returning on Sunday for a spoilery campaign live playthrough. Loads here for this SNE or non-SNE week. And yeah, hope you can join me for some of that stuff and play along with some of that stuff and join in that. Yeah, there are. I think generally a lot of roll and writes are unlimited. That it doesn't really matter how many players. It's only somewhere like Welcome to kind of is a play along one, but it's got the thing where the first person to do the contracts gets the most points. So that is a bit iffy when it's just like a play along. I think I still say play along in the video. See, it doesn't matter too much, does it? You're just using the similar roles, and the game might not end when it ended. But in things like Rolling Realms, there is a fixed number of turns. So yeah, and you can play along with mini golf as well. Try and beat my score. Demeter is a great one. I think I did play along for Demeter. I wasn't doing live back then. I think that was last year? But yeah, it's all grand. Roll and writes are fantastic. So I am going to leave it there. That is what I would be rushing forward to grab hold of at Essen Spiel 2021. If you're going, there's a good chance that you're heading there. But if you are heading there a little bit later this week, then I hope you have a great time. I am enormously jealous of you. And bring me back all of these games, please. No, bring me back a Super Skill Pinball. Ramp it up, please, because I think the others will come out fairly soon. That one, who knows? Thank you very, very much for watching and being here and doing all of your things and helping me out in all of the various ways.
I'm not sure I understand.
Siri thinks she's being talked to and she isn't. Where was I? Yes, thank you very much for watching. I'll be back for more streamage. You saw all of that stuff. And yeah, we will talk then. Do all of the things, liking, commenting and stuff. Oh yeah, let me know if there's games that I haven't been mentioning. Stroganoff. I don't know why I skipped past that. What am I missing out on with Stroganoff? As I said, with like 500 games to look through, I get very dismissive with things, and I may well have gotten confused. What game are you looking forward to the most that, for some reason, I haven't mentioned on here? There may be a reason for it. I may have missed it out. But thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Marty, for being here as well. He's lasted the whole way without getting fed up and moving on. There's a little Marty Ewan for you. I think I always used to have to put Rachel's dressing gown on that chair because he really likes sitting on that. Oh, there you go. Great big yawn. But as I said, we've got this crazy blanket that he loves. Well, it's not a crazy blanket. It's a really comfy blanket. And Marty has appropriated it. Yes, thank you very, very much for being here, all of you. I will end the video at some point. But first, let's go through all that list again. No, I'm going to go. I will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. live, 4 p.m. BST. It's nearly not going to be BST. I won't have to say that for a while. GMT. But yes, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you very, very much for being here. Bye, bye, bye.